anyị na Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise, ise, ise.
Every now and again, they bring more lies, new propaganda is what they bring. Today, they have succeeded in making you to forget about the Fulani herdsmen. The Fulani herdsmen that are killing, that are still killing. They first of all started from the Boko Haram. They changed their name to Fulani herders and gave them weapons. They were killing and killing and killing. People were crying. They started from all the way from Kaduna. In southern Kaduna, they killed Christians and massacred people, take over their land. They took over their homes. Up to today, they have not recovered that homes. They went to Benue State. They killed and killed and killed. They came to Ebonyi State. They came to Enugu State. They went to Southwest Oduduwa land and drove people into exile. Today, they have succeeded in removing that very topic from the people's mouth. Nobody is talking about these Fulani headers. They change their name to bandits. People begin to talk about bandit. The bandits they are talking about are these Fulani herders who are patrolling, carrying their cow from one place to the other. They are these people that we are renamed bandits. They change their name to bandits to confuse people, to allow, so that we would lose our attention on the Fulanis. But go and check every picture you have seen about the bandits, every video you have seen of bandits, who are they? Every bandit you have seen on video, who are they? Are they different from those headers you've been seeing? Are they different from the headers who have been killing? Go and check every video that have been flying on media, every video you have been seeing on social media that shows the video of those Fulani people. The people who they call bandits, they are all Fulanis. Those Fulani headers, they are the people. They are all Fulanis. They speak Fufude. They speak their language, the Fulani language. That's what they speak. Each time you see them with their weapon, well equipped, well armed. But today, they have succeeded with their propaganda to remove that. The conventional media no longer talk about the Fulani killers. They are not talking about them. Every day you see them talking about bandit. They went further to rename them and name them unknown gunmen. The same unknown gunmen, they are still Fulanis. The same Fulani header, they are the unknown gunmen. The federal government went to the extent of giving them uniform. They gave them military uniform. Some of them are in police, some of them are in army. And you can see what they are doing in the southern part of Nigeria. Burning people's home, destroying people's home, killing people, just for asking questions. You are gone. This is what is happening. And the conventional media remove their attention from that. They are not saying it. They are not speaking about it. Recently, you see them, they came out and told us that they have made a bandit terrorist. The bandits have been named. How can you make bandits terrorists? Banditry is just the act. How can you make the act terrorists? Meanwhile, the people who are perpetrating that act, you did not make them terrorists. The Fulanis who are the bandits, you remove their name, you call banditry. How can you make banditry terrorists? Meanwhile, the people who are committing the crime themselves, you remove them. They came and this is how corny these people are. This is how evil and how corny they are. They are trying by all means to remove their name from that very image. When you know that they are the people who are perpetrating all the evil, they are the bandits, they are the terrorists, everything you can think of that is causing insecurity in Nigeria, they are Fulanis. But they try to extract their name, they remove their name. When you talk about it, they call it hate speech. It is not hate speech. This is the obvious truth. But when you speak the truth, they will call it hate speech. Go to their conventional media. You will never see them media talking about it. Anytime media will produce, they will call bandits. But how can you prescribe the action itself? But to the people who are performing that action, you never prescribe them. And there is always one person who is always bold sometimes to speak. The governor of Benue State came out to shout again. The governor of Benue State came out to cry openly and tell them, if you want to prescribe the bandit, you have to prescribe Mieti Allah. And which is the truth. Prescribe the Mieti Allah. They are the bandits. They are the bandits. They are the ones you're supposed to prescribe, not their action. Don't prescribe their own action. Prescribe them. Mieti Allah, they are the sponsors. They are the one providing all the food soldiers. They are the one. And I want to share the video for you. What was said in the convention. This was a statement that was issued through his aide. the head of the governor of Benue State, said it, and their convention media carried it. Thank God they were able to report about that. But as always, you see, when they report it, they will play it down. I want you to watch the way they reported it. When they report it, they will play it down. But in the actual sense, they are supposed to prescribe Miyetti Allah because they are the terrorists. They are the people you prescribe. Let's watch.
Correct. Well, we'll take another story. Samuel Ortom, governor of Benue State, on Thursday asked President Muhammadu Buhari to declare the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association, otherwise known as MACBAN, a terrorist organization. The governor's call is coming after the federal government gazetted an order designating bandits as terrorists. Ortom stated that the security challenges in the nation will only be adequately addressed if a similar position is taken on the Miyetti Allah Cultural Hore, MACBAN, and the Fulani Nationality Movement, otherwise known as FUNAM. The governor claims that these groups have vowed and have continued to cause mayhem in Benue State and other parts of the country because of the anti-grazing laws. Tundu Abiola, over to you on this story. So my question is, I believe that in Benue State they have banned open grazing at this point, but I guess the state is unable to enforce that order, right? Because obviously, because of open grazing, these attacks are happening in the state, and that's why he's calling for the, for these people to be outlawed at this point. So I don't know where we've gone wrong here, Tundu.
Well, I'm not quite sure how to answer your question, but my take on this is that breaking a law, breaching a law of a state does not necessarily make you a terrorist.
Yeah.
It makes you a criminal because you've broken the law and you should be tried accordingly. But the word terrorism has other connotations. Yes. But I guess for Senator Ortom, he's thinking of the kind of wholesale mass murder that Benue has witnessed. He's thinking of even the attempt on his life. He's thinking of just the amounts of displacement, amount of complete horror that has been visited on Benue State as a result of what is termed as farmer-herder clashes. That's not how I would put it, but that's how it's generally known. It's more one-sided than that. It's not a clash, it's an attack, you know. So I understand and I sympathize with Governor Ortom here, and he's thinking, well, if those bandits have been named terrorists, he might as well try and get in on the act. Well, people are being gazetted. He's putting his own forward. I completely sympathize with him, but I think that's a bit of a stretch in terms of the definition. And you also have the other issue, which is the idea of collusion, which is the idea that certain people are protected. You know, President Buhari is a patron of Miyetti Allah. You know, there are two Miyetti Allahs, but he's a patron of one of them. So there's the idea that some people are untouchable in this country. So that's also what he's trying to bring to the fore.
Dr. Vati.
Okay, very quickly. I mean, the governor of Benue State, Samuel Ortom, through his press secretary, issued a statement. In response to the statement by President Buhari in his interview with Channels TV, that bandits are now terrorists. And the president clearly was piggybacking on the ruling by the Court of Justice Taiwo in November 2021, that the application brought by the Federal Director of Public Prosecution to classify, it was an ex parte application at the time, to classify bandits as terrorists. The court granted it. And then, of course, you recall that the AGF, Attorney General of the Federation, talked about this being gazetted, which was the express declaratory order of court. And I think they've done that now. So the president referred to it. So, and everybody is happy with that.
Yes.
But Ortom is now saying, don't stop with the bandits. That the real bandits are Miyetti Allah and Miyetti Allah Kautal Hore. Well, I guess he's playing politics. Yeah. I don't know whether the president will accede to that, you know, but it's good for, you know, politicians to engage in showboating. Of course, the Miyetti Allah has also responded to Samuel Ortom. Their spokesperson says, no, the real terrorist that should be dealt with is Samuel Ortom himself. But for us, as Nigerians, is that, look, terrorism defeats the purpose of stability of this sovereign state called Nigeria. It defeats the purpose of national development, and the government should do a lot more in making sure that, you know, peace is secured, and that the Terrorism Act, there is an act called terrorism, that persons are subjected to the rule of law under that particular law, and that nobody which was a pattern we have seen before now, should be serving jollof rice and pepper soup to bandits and who have now been properly identified as terrorists. The NAF, as I pointed out, the Nigerian Air Force, has said shortly they will begin to deploy the Super Tucano jets. The Super Tucano jets, the Americans are saying, is governed by certain laws, the Foreign Assistance Act, and also the Foreign Arms Export Act of the United States. And what all of that means is that in deploying all resources available, in checking these bandits, these terrorists, there should be respect for the fundamental rights of individuals, and also that the police, the rights of the police under the International Convention should also be respected. These are the issues.
In all of this, I would say again that my commiserations to the lives of those that have been lost in Benue State. Because they are Nigerians too, and the only crime they have committed is being Nigerian. I don't care about all of this politicking back and forth, talk back and forth. We should be able to fix our insecurity problem without anybody to be seen to be siding another person.
That's a good point too.
Yeah. Because the subtext here is there's massive insecurity. Nigeria has been at war for over 10 years, and nobody talks about that. We try to act like, oh, everything is okay. People are dying. Is it because people that are close to us have not died?
Yeah.
President Buhari, please, if you want a legacy, end insecurity in 17 months.
Yes, that's a good point. Tundra, I was just going to say, have you ever heard Dr. Abati talk about terrorism without mentioning jollof rice?
Never.
Have you? Okay, great.
Not one.
You see how dubious these people are, especially that man they call Abati. That man is so evil, Abati. You see, when you are talking about a critical issue, look at how they are playing about it. That very point that the governor of Benue State have made is a very critical point that the Benue State governor have made. That the people who are supposed to be proscribed is the Mieti Allah. Mieti Allah that have claimed ownership. They have claimed the responsibility for killing people in Benue State. Thousands of people were murdered in Benue State, unbridled life, and Mieti Allah claim responsibility. The governor of Benue State pointed out this point. Look at how they are debating about it in media. Look at how Abati is transferring it, making it a political issue, saying that it's a political statement. How is that a political statement? How is the statement of the governor of Benue State a political statement? Benue people were killed, and Mieti Allah came and took responsibility. And they still threaten the governor that they are going to kill the governor. And these people were not being named terrorists. Instead, you see the way they are defending it. You see the way they are making joke. They are joking with the whole issue. They play it down. But when they have to do an issue that has to do with Biafra, you see all of them will rise up. When you are discussing the issue that has to do with Biafra or has to do with IPOB, or every one of them will rise up. It didn't took them how many seconds to discuss about making IPOB a terrorist group. Even when they know that IPOB has not killed anybody, they have not picked arm. They were only protesting, normal protest with flag. Normal protest with flag. They have never killed any person. IPOB were named a terrorist group for no just cause, simply because they are asking for self-determination. But look at a group that have killed thousands of people. They didn't only kill. After killing, they came and take responsibility of the killing. A governor is speaking out. A chief secretary of a state is telling you that these people are supposed to be named the terrorists. They are the people you are supposed to proscribe, not bandits, because they are the bandits. These are the people who are providing the foot soldiers. The foot soldiers you are seeing that are bandits. These are the people providing the foot soldiers. Mieti Allah, they are the one providing the foot soldiers for the Boko Haram. They are the one providing for the foot soldiers for the bandits. They are the one providing the food for the killer headers that they have renamed to bandits. It is Mieti Allah that are the sponsors. They are the one financing them and providing their weapons. And a governor came to make at that point. Instead of them following that point, look at how they are playing about it. Especially that man called Abati. Very evil. When it has to do with the issue of Biafra, you see him, he will rise up. That is when he says he will begin to walk. He will begin to tell all manner of lies. But look at an issue, a critical issue that has to do with that a critical issue that man mentioned. You went and named bandits. You proscribed the offense. You proscribed the act. But the people who are perpetrating that evil, you did not prescribe them. The Fulanis that are perpetrating that evil, you didn't prescribe them. That is how tricky these people are. And they will continue to push this evil agenda if you do not wake up. You see why Biafrans have to stand up and continue to fight. We will fight until the last man standing. That is the right thing to do. If you are Biafran, wherever you are, if you are sleeping, it is high time you wake up. Every Biafran should wake up. Every Biafran. Either you are a man or a woman, wherever you are, no matter your tribe, your religion, and you are in the southern part of Nigeria, a Biafran mainly, you have to wake up and fight. This is time to fight. It is not time to make noise. It is not time to relax. We have to start speaking. We have to start speaking. Because these people don't mean well for us. They don't mean well for us. And the war is already on. If you think it's a joke, the war is already on. The same way our people fought during the Civil War, that is the same method we're going to take in this time. Another civil war is on, and we are going to apply that same method. That is what we, today, thank God today that we have the media. The world is watching. Thank God today they cannot impose the same blockade they imposed during the Civil War. They can't impose it anymore. The world is watching. We have to wake up. I want you to hear from this, our sister. Very long time during the Civil War, what she said. And this is where everybody have to stand. Hear her and hear her clear. This is where every single Biafran have to stand. The spirit have been coming, and the spirit have possessed every single Biafran, and we have to stand on it.
Egypt and some other friends of Nigeria will surely come out as a nation because we are fighting a just cause. Even a little child on the street will tell you this. We shall never go back to Nigeria again. God's grace will surely emerge as a nation. And so, as far as this war continues, we'll fight to the last man.
You heard her clear. You heard her clear. As long as the war continues, because the war is on, we will fight till the last man standing. That is why you have to wake up now. Our Sudan must be released unconditionally. Let me tell you, for those who are still relaxing and sleeping, waiting for political solution can never take effect until you begin to impose civil disobedience. It is only civil disobedience that will give birth to political solution. Only civil disobedience. And what kind of civil disobedience am I talking about? We are not asking you to go and carry arms. We are not asking you to go and kill anybody. We are not asking you to go and carry flag and begin to protect anywhere. We are not asking you to go and begin to remove flag. We are asking you to sit back in your home. Sit back in your home and let the world know that you don't accept whatever they are saying. Sit back in your home on Sunday and on Monday and every other day that will be added. It is high time we intensify the struggle. This is the time to increase the force. Anything you can do to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally, increase it by 10. Increase it 10 times. Civil disobedience is the strongest weapon that we have. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu got that weapon of sitting at home in the furnace of prayer. He didn't just wake up and got it. He got it in the furnace of prayer. Today it is clear. Even some people who were folding their hand and waiting for civil disobedience, it is much clear, waiting for political solution. People that were folding their hand today, they have known it and seen it clearly that political solution cannot come until we begin to do something. And where are we going to do something? In Biafra land. Until we begin to do something in Biafra land, we will do something that will change the hand of time, that will make the Janjaweed call us for political solution. We don't beg. We don't beg. We don't have to beg. Biafrans do not beg. We are not beggars. We will make it happen. You will make it happen. I will make it happen. Share this video to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. It is the time for us to activate civil disobedience more than ever to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the automatic coming of Biafra. Believe it, take it or leave it. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the freedom of Biafra. That is why when you are fighting for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, fight for it as if your life depends on it. Because that is where our life depends. Our life depends on it. Fight for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through civil disobedience. Embark on it. Sunday and Monday and any other day that will be added. Continue to engage on it. Mainly, the economic sanction that we're going to give them, hold back your revenue. Stop paying your revenue to the local government, state government, and federal government. And if any idiot is telling you that what you are doing in southeastern part of Nigeria, what you are doing in Biafra land is not affecting the federal government, it is affecting them very, very much. Every single civil disobedience you apply in Biafra land, it is affecting the federal government. If anybody is trying to deceive you, it's not affecting them, it's affecting our people alone. That person is a deceiver, is an agent of the Janjaweed. If it is not affecting them, why is it that we are crying? Why is it that every of their media we are talking about sit at home? When we are sitting at home on Monday sit at home, why is it that their media we are showing it every day? Every media was talking about it. It was the talk of the town. Even international media we are carrying it. Why is it that the politicians were running to Abuja on daily basis? Why is it that Abuja was calling on them to make sure they stop it? Why is it that Abuja was on their neck every day asking them to stop the sit at home? It is because the sit at home is having effect. Even though we are doing it in Biafra land, it is having effect on the Janjaweed. It is showing the world that we are not part of that Janjaweed. It is showing the world that the Janjaweed government have lost control of the southeastern part of Nigeria, the Biafra land. They have lost touch in Biafra land. And when I'm talking of Biafra land, don't be confused. I am talking about the south and the southeast and the lower Benue. These are Biafra land. The old southeastern region, we are all Biafrans. Nobody can change it. Nobody can change it. You see, even a Senator Ben Bruce, challenge them in the Senate. Ask them, why did they go and remove the bite of Biafra from the map? Ben Bruce challenged them. Why did you remove the bite of Biafra from the map? They are trying everything to make sure they wipe up our history. But we can't allow them. They can't succeed. They can never succeed. They can never succeed to wipe our history. It doesn't matter how they try. It doesn't matter where they're coming from. They can never succeed. Let them keep trying. Let them keep trying. You see, a senator challenged them. Why did you remove the bite of Biafra from the map? That is what they did. Just like the same way they remove history. They don't study history in Nigeria. History is not in their curriculum because of the evil agenda they have. They want to continue to protect the company of British company. They want to continue to protect that company. But we are not going to allow them. It doesn't matter the attack they bring. It doesn't matter the angle they come. It doesn't matter their trick. We can't allow them. We know they have agents. They have agents in Biafra land. They have agents in Biafra land. They have agents in Oduduwa land. They have agents who are Igbos. They have agents who are Ijos. They have agents who are Efik. They have agents who are Calabas. They have agents who are Yorubas. They have agents who are in the Middle Belt. They have agents everywhere who are serving the caliphate. We know all of them. Don't be surprised when you see some idiots on the comment section speaking against their own people. You will see them in Igbo name. You see them in Yoruba name. Those are agents of the caliphate. But the truth will always stand. We are not moved an inch. We can't be moved an inch. When you see the truth, you don't need to. When you speak the truth, you don't need to beg it to fly. People will catch on it. People will catch on it. Darkness can never suppress the light. That is why we will continue to preach the gospel until Biafra comes. Even after Biafra comes, we still have a lot of work to do on Biafran people to clear their brain for the damage that the Janjaweed have done on their head. We are one people. The old southeastern region, Biafra land, the present south and the southeast, we are one people from one source, one blood, one grandparents. There is no difference. Nothing like you. We are one people. It doesn't matter your location where you are. As long as you are in that very location, in that very place called Biafra land, the old southeastern region, you are one. We are one family. And Mazen Nandekano described us best. He gave the best description of Biafra land, how it is. If you know that your mother is tying piece of wrapper, it doesn't matter where she is. You know that your mother or your grandmother is tying 2 pieces of wrapper. That is Biafra land. You are a true son of Biafra, and we are one people. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter where you are. We are one people, and we continue to fight for our freedom. It is you and I that will free Mazen Nandekano. It is you and I that will make the civil disobedience, to make political solution to take effect. And let me tell you, political solutions have never worked in the issue of Biafra. When you talk of Biafra, each time you mention Biafra, political solution cannot work. The only time it will work, it is now that you and I will use civil disobedience. It is civil disobedience that will make it, turn it around and make it work for us. Only civil disobedience. Let me tell you, Mazen Nandekano have applied the political solution in the past. Mazen Nandekano went and met the governors. They discussed. The video is still online. Go to Facebook and type, you see it. The video is still there. Mazen Nandekano held a meeting with the governors. The governors said they are going for restructuring. Mazen Nandekano told them, go and get me restructuring. I am standing for self-determination. If you get me restructuring, we will look at it. If it is okay, I will drop what I'm doing. But I cannot drop what I'm holding because of your promise. That is what Mazen Nandekano, the response he gave them. Mazen Nandekano told them, I am not stopping you. Go ahead and get me restructuring through your so-called political solution. Go and get it. When you get it, you bring it. Then I will now come with my my self-determination I'm fighting for. Then we cannot decide on where to balance it. You see how to fight for political solution. You don't drop what you are doing. You don't leave what you are doing. That is the mistake some people are making. You do not leave what you are doing. That is the mistake some people, especially the leadership of IPOB, that's the mistake they're making. You don't drop what you are doing because a politician made a promise for you. Look at the promise. They have just failed. The politicians, they have just failed. They failed again. You see another inconsistency staring you before your own very eye. They have just disappointed. They told you political solution. Only a promise. Then you begin to stop what you are doing. Instead of intensifying on what you are doing. You saw Mazen Nandekano. After he met with those politicians, he told them, go and get me restructuring. When you get me restructuring, then we can now discuss. For me, I will continue on my self-examination. And he continued. And instead of these people going to get that very restructuring, what did they do? They went and connived. They went and brought Python dance to kill Mazen Nandekano. They brought Python dance to kill Mazen Nandekano. In the process, 28 men, able men were killed. 28 men were killed, including Jack, Mazen Nandekano's dog. In that process, Mazen Nandekano lost his two parents. Mazen Nandekano lost his two parents in that cause because of political solution. Because of political solution. And today, you are folding your hand thinking that that political solution will come easy. It's not going to come easy. Political solution in the first place have taken the life of more than 5 million Biafrans in the first instance. And it's the second time, this time around, it has taken the life of 28 able men. Take the life of Jack the dog. Take the life of the parents of our student Mazen Nandekano. Political solution sent Mazen Nandekano on exile. It was only by the special grace of Chukwu Kabiama that Mazen Nandekano survived and continued to fight. Political solution. You don't fold your hand. Let me political solution. Even our eternal leader, Dim Odumogojugu, went for political solution. Dim Odumogojugu went for political solution and it never worked. And more than 5 million people lost their life in Biafra land. And if you think a joke, I want you to hear from our eternal leader, Dim Odumogojugu, for you to know that political solution is not a language of today. For a very long time, we have been applying it, but they have refused, and it has never been a solution. I want you to hear directly from our eternal leader, Dim Odumogojugu. Watch.
The leader of the Biafran people is His Excellency Lieutenant Colonel Chukwuemeka Ojukwu.
In those hot days, the quickest and the only thing we could do was to found a place where our fleeing compatriots could at least find an end to their flight. This is what Biafra is, the end of the journey for a persecuted, massacred, pursued people. We have made all attempts at a democratic resolution of this crisis. I have offered open elections, plebiscite. I have offered just an open carte blanche suggestion, anybody who can find a democratic way of finding out the wishes of the people, let him suggest it and we will go for it.
My name is...
Did you hear him? I hope you heard our eternal leader clearly. That was Dim Odumogojugu speaking. You heard him clearly. He has applied every democratic means to resolve the problem of Biafra. Then, it never worked. He asked and pleaded that anybody that knows any political solution that will solve the problem, that will make sure that 5 million people were not killed. Yet, they went ahead and killed more than 5 million. And up to today, they are still killing. That political solution never came. Up to today, as we are standing. And all of a sudden, somebody came back with that same propaganda of political solution, and you are falling for it. You are falling for it. Instead of you continuing on what you are doing, that you have seen work. You and I have seen that the issue of civil disobedience is working magic. It is working more than ever. You saw that civil disobedience is what gave back to this very language to come back. This language of political solution, it didn't start today. Even during the Civil War, before the Civil War, our eternal leader applied the political solution. He went further to go to Ghana. He went to Ghana to reach an agreement in Aburi to make sure people do not die. What did you see? On coming back, the Janjaweed refused to implement it. The same restructuring they are talking about today, Dim Ojumegojugu called for it. They refused. Something Ojukwu saw years ago. It is today they are waking up to see it. Just like Mazen Nandekano is seeing something. The thing Mazen Nandekano that he's seeing now, that he's crying and telling people, you are not seeing it until maybe in the next generation, your great-grandchildren will see it. Let me tell you, every message that Mazen Nandekano have led for you and I today will be an epistle. And our great-grandchildren will watch. They will see. Everything that we are doing today, every video we are making, our great-grandchildren will watch it. They will see how far we have gone. But I pray that you and I will walk into Biafra and we celebrate in Biafra land. Everything we are saying today and doing, we are going to collect it as an epistle and put it together. When Biafra comes, very soon, I pray that each and every one of us will walk into Biafra. Political solution. It is you and I that will make political solution to have effect. Biafra land is in a state of war. If you think that Biafra land is a state of war, the killing is still going on. Even as you're watching me, they are still abducting Biafrans. As you are watching this video, they are still killing Biafrans, abducting Biafrans. And the most painful part of it is that they are using our brothers. They are using our fellow Biafrans to point at us, to work against us. That is the most painful. The most disturbing one. People have sold their conscience. That is to show you that we have been in the contraption, in the company called Nigeria. We have been there so much that so many of us have been damaged in our brain. So many of us have been damaged that we cannot be able to think straight. We can give out anything for money. Anything for money. We can give out anything for money. That is the most painful part of it. That so many of us can be able to give our anything for money. In a critical period that we are in, when we are supposed to hold on to ourselves and defend ourselves, defend our brothers, speak for collective interest, not for selfish interest. Some people are still thinking about their own selfish interest. Some people are still bent on speaking about selfish interest. When you look to the antecedents of people who are broadcasting, some people who are broadcasting today, some people who are claiming to stand with Mazen Nandekano, who are claiming to be leaders, go and check their antecedents and what they are doing. They are only projecting their own selfish interests. Before your own very eye, Mazen Nandekano is being relegated to the background and you are keeping quiet. Before your own very eye, the Janjaweed are presenting a propaganda, trying to sweep this case of Mazen Nandekano under the carpet, trying to make Mazen Nandekano irrelevant in Biafra land. You are watching it, you are seeing it, and you are silent. Chukwu Okakabiama will not forgive you, and he will take you out. Before your own very eyes, you are watching people bringing Mazen Nandekano down, trying to make us forget about the issue of Mazen Nandekano. Before your own very eyes, you see people pushing their own personal agenda. People come to their platform and push their own personal agenda. They don't even talk about Mazen Nandekano anymore. They are projecting themselves as the Messiah, pushing their own self, telling you how to respect them and how to follow them. They have forgotten the foundation and the only symbol of justice that we know. There is no way you can speak about Biafra today without mentioning Mazen Nandekano. You cannot take the case of Biafra to any court today without mentioning Mazen Nandekano. Mazen Nandekano remains the symbol of Biafra, the symbol of justice. In extension, the symbol of justice for every indigenous tribe in the country called Nigeria. He wasn't fighting only for the Igbos. He wasn't fighting only for the Biafrans. He was fighting for every indigenous tribe in the country called Nigeria. And every one of them is awake. That is why every tribe is asking for self-determination today. It's the truth. That is the truth you cannot hear on their conventional media. Every indigenous tribe today wants self-determination. That is the obvious truth. But because the kind of politics they are playing is the politics where the Janjaweed appoints people to represent you. So the people they appoint don't represent you, they are representing themselves. That is why we are where we are today. It is painful. Biafrans, we have to wake up. Biafrans, we have to wake up and stand with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It is you and I that will free him. I say it and I say it again. It is you and I that will free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Whatever political solution you are listening, you are hearing about, you and I will make it take effect. We have to stand as one people. If you are a Biafran, it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your location. As long as you are in the old Southeastern region and the lower Benue, we are one people, one family, and we have to pursue one collective interest. And the major collective interest we have now is to make sure that our Sunna Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally. What will make Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to be released is what you will do, what I will do. We have to put our heads together and fight. Continue to embark on massive civil disobedience that have never been seen before. If you are praying, pray more. If you are sitting at home, sit at home more. If you're fighting, fight more. Any front where you're fighting, increase the tempo. Let the Biafra land become so hot for the politicians that they will not have a landing space. Let the Biafra land become so hot that they will continue to run Abuja. We're calling from Abuja to ask them what is going on in your state. That is what we should do. Take away the revenue from them. Do not stop paying. Local government, state government, and federal government. Don't give them your revenue. When you are giving it to them, you are empowering the Janjaweed. You are sponsoring the killers. You are sponsoring the terrorists in uniform to come and kill you. That is the right way to go. And before I go, before I end this very broadcast, I am going to play a video for you of the Civil War, what transpired during the Civil War. Some commentaries about the Civil War, how we survived, how we managed to stay together, and we were able to survive during that war. That same time have come. The only thing that made us to survive was unity. Unity. We are speaking as one people, watching each other's back. That was what we are doing during the Civil War. During the Civil War, Biafrans, we are watching each other's back. If you have only one couple, you share that £1 with your own family. Whatever food you have, you share with your family. That was how we survived. That same time have come again. We have to reflect back and get back whom we are. I want you to watch this video for me. Watch it with me. Share the video to all platforms. Share it. If you have not shared, share this video. Let people see it. Watch this video carefully from beginning to end. Then you will know where to follow and where we are and where we are going. And what you have to apply now, because we are in a state of war. Watch.
Just an open carte blanche suggestion. Anybody who can find a democratic way of finding out the wishes of the people, let him suggest it, and we will go for it.
My name is...
Before the war, Guy Akobo was a lawyer. A refugee from Port Harcourt, he talks about his brothers.
As an ordinary Biafran, I have been affected by this war, just the same way as millions of others. This is one of the main squares in the town of Umuahia. It's right opposite the market. Now, most of the stores are open, not because they do a lot of business, but because they just have to keep open to make believe as if life is still normal, as if they're still carrying on their normal day-to-day business. They don't sell much, and even at the prices which they sell, the ordinary man in the street can't afford to pay for these products, but still they have to keep open. That is those who are not employed in essential services. When people go to the markets and they find that prices are so high, really there ain't much they can do about it, because they know it's not the fault of the traders. But the people are really not bothered. It does not affect their morale. In fact, one thing which has helped Biafrans to bear and to sustain themselves is the extended family system. Every Biafran considers any other Biafran as his own brother or sister. And if he finds anyone hungry, he takes the person in and gives him some food. You see, we are interdependent, and we treat ourselves as brothers, as one, because we're all undergoing the same suffering and the same hardship. Can't find any Biafran begging. People are really ashamed to go begging either for food or for money. They prefer to do an honest day's work for their daily bread, because we understand what we're fighting for, and we prefer to make any sacrifice, whatever, no matter how long it lasts, so as to get our fundamental rights. That is the right to exist as a people, the right to protect ourselves, the right to our home, to practice our religion, to live as we would like.
to live.
The head of the Biafran judiciary is their Chief Justice, Sir Louis Mbenefo.
As a judge, naturally, I believe in the rule of law, and the government of Biafra believes in that. Right from the start of the crisis, we have maintained law and order in Biafra. The courts have been functioning subject to the exigencies of the war. In fact, if you look outside here, you'll see 4 courts in this area, all performing their duty. I think that is very good evidence of stability. But we who are in the leadership have learned one lesson, that when a people are determined, you cannot crush them by force of arms. And if this war has done one thing, it's made Biafra into a nation. Every child, every woman, every man feels it in his blood. It's a thing you cannot conquer. You only have to walk out in the street, and it stares you in the face. You go through Biafra, in all facets of life, we have all that makes a nation.
For nearly 2 years, the Igbo people have been fighting against an attempt at the systematic annihilation of their entire population. They are isolated from the outside world and outnumbered in the field, but the Biafran determination intensifies.
I have a large army on the field now fighting. The government and the people, or the government of Biafra, has never paid that army. Everything that army uses till today is by voluntary contribution. The army of Biafra is fed by the locals in whatever area they're operating in. Talk of our troops, to really understand them, to understand us, one has always to bear in mind that we are fighting most reluctantly. We're not fighting as a concerted policy to do something or to seize something. It's a reflex action. We have to do it because something is happening to us. And that affects the whole attitude of the military. All of them would sooner see an end to all this.
I am Major General Philip Effiong, the Chief of General Staff of the Biafran Armed Forces. When this war started, we had 128 rifles. We did not have a single mortar, certainly not a single mortar shell. And we just had no answer to these things. The Nigerian propaganda is quite effective because they give the impression that we are finished here. Of course we are far from finished, and we do know that we can go on fighting them. We are always in readiness, and that we're quite prepared to carry on the struggle for as long as the Nigerians like. We dismount. That's the order. Come on!
Thank you so much for watching. As you have watched, I believe you must have learned 1 or 2 things from this video that I just played. In that video, on your own time, you can go back and watch it again. You will learn a lot of lessons. You will learn that it is by collective effort that Biafran can be able to survive. Biafrans were able to survive in the past time for collective efforts. They were fighting for collective interest, not for personal interest. Every one of them were fighting for collective interest. They fought in uniform, and it was the Biafrans that sponsored themselves. And let me tell you, Biafrans never called for war. It was forced on them. You heard our eternal leader saying that they were fighting reluctantly, not because they wanted to fight. They were not fighting because they want to fight, but the fight was brought to them. Just like today, they have brought another war to us. We are not speaking, we are not fighting because we want to fight. We are fighting reluctantly. We are not fighting because we want to fight. Biafra is a child of necessity, and we have to continue to stand on the truth, and the truth and alone. Only truth can set us free. Only the truth can empower us and make us victorious. We will continue to watch each other's back. Do not relent in your effort. On your own time, watch again. That was how they fought in that time, and they survived. Collectively, for collective interest, not for selfish interest, not for individual interest. Everybody was fighting, sharing things in common. That was how we survived. And today, they have brought the war again. We are not fighting because we want to fight, but because it's a child of necessity, we have to defend ourselves. We have to do what we have to do. And remember, our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu will be going to court on 18, 19, and 20. As he is preparing to the court, we will continue to embark on a massive civil disobedience to let them know that Nnamdi Kanu is in charge in the Southeastern region. That is what they want to know. They have given the expo that they're going to weigh the situation. They will check and balance the situation and know the situation. That is the only thing that will make them to call for political solution. How are we going to make that situation on our own favor? We will make that situation on our favor to make them know that the whole Southeastern region, Biafra land, are 101% support of Nnamdi Kanu. Don't allow them to belittle Nnamdi Kanu. Don't allow them to push the issue of Nnamdi Kanu under the carpet. Don't allow them to make Nnamdi Kanu irrelevant. Nnamdi Kanu remain the most relevant man in Biafra land. Nnamdi Kanu remains the most relevant man, the only man that the whole mass is here from in Biafra land. It doesn't matter how you look at it. It doesn't matter how you see it. You can hate him. You can talk against him. You can preach against him. But he remains the only figure in Biafra land that people listen to. And they cannot sweep it under the carpet. Civil disobedience is the only weapon. And we will hold on it. Sit at home on Sunday and on Monday. And hold back your revenue from these evil men. We cannot empower them. We will never allow the conventional media to change the narrative. And we will continue to come online on a daily basis. Tomorrow, I am going to have a show tomorrow on Linda TV show on YouTube. I will have a show tomorrow on Linda TV show. Linda TV show on YouTube. Connect. I'm going to share the link on my platform tomorrow or maybe tonight. I will share the link so you can join. In that program, you can come in and air your own opinion. In that program, we send a link. Everybody can come in that program and air his own opinion. Anything you want to say, anything you want to contribute to the issue of Biafra, you come into the program and air your opinion. The program we hold tomorrow, 2 p.m. Biafran time. 2 p.m. Biafran time in Linda TV show. Go and check Linda TV show on YouTube. Linda TV show on YouTube. We are going to host a program there tomorrow. Many people will come in on live show. Many people will come in. We will put a link. You can equally come in. Anybody can come in and air their opinion. It doesn't matter what you believe. Whatever you think is the right thing, you come in and say it on Linda TV show tomorrow, 2 p.m. Biafra time. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody who have joined me, I say may Chukwu Kabiama guide and protect everybody who have shared this video, who have joined me and been patient with me from the beginning up to this time. I say may Chukwu Kabiama continue to prosper you. Whatever you have lost, Chukwu Kabiama will replenish for you. Everybody who has secured his own issue, everybody who has been on this program, joining me from the beginning up to this very minute, every hand that have shared this program, I say may Chukwu Kabiama continue to guide and protect you, continue to secure you. You will never see evil. You will never see evil. You will never lose your life. 2022 will not see your end. You will see the end of 2022. Every Biafran, wherever you might be across the world, every freedom fighter, every Oduduwa person, every indigenous person in the country of Nigeria that is genuinely fighting for freedom, you will never see that in 2022. You will see the end of 2022. 2022 will never see your end. May Chukwu Kabiama guide and protect every Middle Beltan, every indigenous tribe, every Oduduwa person. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect Sunday Igboho, secure Sunday Igboho wherever he is, set him free, and let him come back and begin to fight for the freedom of his own people. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wherever he is at this material hour. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to secure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Anything that have been injected into him, whatever poison that they are injecting into Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whatever attack against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wherever he is, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to fight against it. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to neutralize it. Let Chukwu Okike Abiama send spiritual doctors to continue to minister to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He will come back in stronger than ever. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will join us very soon. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter the attack they bring. They will never succeed. No weapon formed or fashioned against anybody that is watching this video, mainly from Biafra land. You will never lose your life. The Janjaweed will never see you. They will never take your life. You will walk into Biafra land with your full two legs. Every one of us that are watching this video, every hand that will share this video, we will celebrate in Biafra land very soon. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will join us. It doesn't matter what they do. We will prepare for ourselves and we will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by our actions. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every one of us. We will succeed. We will never stop. It doesn't matter what they do. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from, and remain blessed. See you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Thank you so much for watching.